Hey guys. We're just going to wait a couple of seconds to see who comes in. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm live. Okay, I'm live. You gotta wait. Okay. Things up and going. 2 minutes. All right. So last week I did some research and I've been looking up police brutality cases. And I'm going to go ahead and do it again tonight. And then I'm going to do a whole program on these individuals. But tonight I'm going to go ahead and just do what I did last week. There's been, year to date, there's been 28 Black men and Black boys killed by police officers. So I'm just going to say their name. And we're going to continue to say their name. And we're going to tell them to rest in paradise and then do a moment of silence at the end after I say their names. So there's 58 of them. 58 Black men and Black boys that have been killed through police brutality cases. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. Number one is Ryan Twaman. He's came through twice before, last night and another night. Slowly but surely, I'm going to make my way through this list, and hopefully with their voice being heard, and me investigating a little bit more of each individual's case, they can get maybe some justice. So rest in paradise, guys and boys. I am so sorry you had to go before your time. But we're going to go ahead and start. Ryan Twaman, 24 years old. Brandon Weber, 20 years old. Jimmy Ashton, 21 years old. Willie McCoy, 20 years old. E.J. Fitzgerald Bradford Jr., 21 years old. Diedrich Griffin, 18 years old. Jamal Robertson, 26 years old. DeAndre Ballard, 23 years old. Botham Shamin Jean, 26 years old. Antoine Rose Jr., 17 years old. Robert Lawrence White, 41 years old. Anthony Lamar Smith, 24 years old. Rambler Graham, 18 years old. Emmanuel Loggins Jr., 31 years old. Trayvon Martin, 17 years old. Wendell Allen, 20 years old. Kendrick McDade, 19 years old. Larry Jackson Jr., 32 years old. Jonathan Farrell, 24 years old. Jordan Baker, 26 years old. Victor White III, 22 years old. Dante Hamilton, 31 years old. Eric Gardner, 43 years old. John Crawford III, 22 years old. Michael Brown, 18 years old. Ezekiel Ford, 25 years old. Dante Parker, 36 years old. Hyahim Powell, 25 years old. Laquan McDonald, 17 years old. Akai Gruley, 28 years old. Timir Rice, 12 years old. Rumin Bisbun, 34 years old. Jerome Reed, 36 years old. Tony Robinson, 19 years old. Walter Scott, 50 years old. Freddie Gray, 25 years old. Brandon Glenn, 29 years old. Samuel DeBose, 43 years old. Christian Taylor, 19 years old. Jamar Clark, 24 years old. Mario Woods, 26 years old. Quintano Leginger, 19 years old. Gregory Gunn, 38 years old. Ikeel Dinkins, 24 years old. Alton Sterling, 37 years old. Philadondo Castiel, 32 years old. Terrence Sterling, 31 years old. Terrence Crutter, 40 years old. Keith Lamont Scott, 43 years old. Alfred Orlando, 38 years old. Jordan Edwards, 15 years old. Stephen Clark, 22 years old. Danny Ray Thomas, 34 years old. Dijon Gullery, 27 years old. Patrick Harmon, 50 years old. Jonathan Hart, 21 years old. And Maurice Granton, 24 years old. So these 58 individuals were killed through police brutality. We need to stop the violence. We need to stop the police killing our fathers. our sons, our husbands. We need to stop it. We need to start making them pay for the crimes they have committed against our own community. So right now, I want to take a moment of silence for all 58 Black men and Black boys that have been killed through police brutality. This goes out to those individuals, those loved ones, the family that hasn't got the justice that they wanted. Slowly but surely, we're going to make our way through this list, and we're going to ask them exactly what officers need to pay for that crime. Because at the end of the day, they won't see justice until someone's behind bars. And I will be doing another program on these guys at a later date. And we're going to pop right into our session for tonight. I already lit my candle. It's a 3-week wick. I can't speak tonight at all. A 3-week candle. So I lit one for Charles LYMBRICK because I always light one for him. He's my best friend that died tragically in a car accident. So whoever he wants to bring through, there's 2 other individuals that could come through with him. Once in a while, you'll hear I love you and I miss you. That's usually Charles LYMBRICK that wants to come through. So if you guys hear that, you know it's from Chuck. That's his nickname that I gave him, Chucky. Okay, so if you guys have any questions for any of the individuals that come through, you could put that in the comments, and I'll more than happy to be asking the questions that you guys want to hear the answers to any individual that comes through. If you guys want to ask a question, just put it in the comments and I'll ask them. I already said my prayer. I lit my candle. So let me take a drink and then we'll hop right through. All right. Make sure the volume's all the way up. Alrighty. Hi. Hi guys, it's Letitia. That's just Hi. Fine. Hold on, guys. Can't you control this shit? I can't. Get him fucking quit his fucking shit. Sorry, guys.
What do you think?
I heard hope.
Well,
Hey, guys, it's Letitia. Who's here with me? Deserving. Can you help me? Who needs help? I need a name. Oh, man. Rosemary. An attorney. Okay, guys, I need a name. Who am I speaking with? Nipsey Hussle. Yes. Nick. Gunshot. Okay. Record. Are you talking about everything was on film, Nipsey? Yes. Where is the videotape? Did you say the captain has it? Yes. Are they going to use it at your trial, Nipsey? Cool with it. No? Why are they not going to use it at the trial, Nick?
Easy.
Are they going to arrest the 2 other individuals in your case? They're helping them? Are they trying to cover it up, Nipsey? Yeah.
This
Information. Cowboy.
There's no
Cowboy.
This is about
Is he working with them because he is a pedophile?
She wants
An address. Who wanted an address? Tanisha. Okay.
You are, I would say you are with what
A dark vehicle.
might get it. So
Might.
so no.
Will.
I moved.
You're over it. Confirm. No, you didn't deserve any of that. You guys have questions. Gunshot.
You know,
Where were you shot, NIPSEY? Thigh. Were you just shot once? Several. Felt like. You step. In California. Can you finish answering my question? Where were you shot? Your thigh and where else? Down.
Through this.
Just never
shot. Like,
A few.
So that
At least 2 rounds. Hit your body.
that's just so that
At least 2 rounds.
Run together.
Can you tell me the name of your, what was the name on your t-shirts, NIPSEY?
Can
I
you
didn't hear it. What did you have printed on your t-shirts?
Alan? You know,
T-shirt.
let's just Mary Ellen.
switch her what? I know.
Go.
Moving on. Sounds like you think it was
NIPSEY, what can you tell me that we haven't already discussed?
I feel like so the word and I just
What do you mean by gender?
said I do
The team.
oh just felt
Look at
family strong our door
Car door.
image
Gunshot. Car door.
we're gonna
Oh.
sound those
You know,
and I
After lunch.
one for us.
Tattoo. Lauren. Yeah.
easy.
Okay, so where's your face tattoo on Lauren's body?
Not
For
I moved it.
arm. Forearm. I'm gonna look that up. So the guy that was in the car was also involved.
that it's
said something.
He said something to Mike. Hold on.
Maybe fine.
That was Mike.
Doing terrible.
Oh my gosh. I put do not disturb. Okay, I just got to reload it real quick, guys. So he stated something about the car and then car door. And then he stated Mike. And I put 2 and 2 together. I think Mike was the one in the car that got out of the car and shut the door, handed the gun to Eric Holder, and he said, shoot him. That was Mike. He said that was Mike. So Mike came up in another reading as Pops. His name's Pops. Mike is his real name. So I definitely put that and that together with another reading we had with him yesterday. He said Mike yesterday and Tanisha. So Mike has come up several times and he said that's Pops. So I don't know if his nickname's Pops, but I put 2 and 2 together and I'm going to have him confirm it right now. Sorry, I got to put it on the speaker. That's why I hate doing that. I put do not disturb. And it's saying do not disturb. I'm so sorry. I will go longer just because of that. That drives me crazy. Okay, Nipsey, I have a question for you. What? Go ahead. Okay, is Mike Pops? Yes. Okay, I need you to confirm that one more time. Is Mike Pops? Yep. Confirmed it twice.
Well,
Feeling.
I'm about drained to my bank account. That was Tanisha, right?
Was doing thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since I'm
California. Okay, Nipsey, is there anything else you would like to tell me that we can put together? Nipsey. Mike.
Incredibly
Okay, Nipsey, is Mike also a CIA agent?
better with
Better not be. Alter. Tall. Yeah.
People
Bank account. Mike
This is one.
was helping.
Remember,
Eric, they had a plan. They shot. And responsible.
Like mission.
It was their mission.
And do all the
About people.
It was supposed to be something people.
So good.
from our
That guy.
they were
Number.
from a good speed.
Weapon. What guy are we talking about? Mike? Cowboy? Or Eric?
Things.
What
Mike.
thing?
Who was? No, you didn't deserve that.
Recovered.
Helped out.
Through this
And
Incredibly.
your wood. Had to point
30. I'm sure.
She made a statement. Why is she not in jail? Because
He said was kind of
driver. What is the driver's name, Nipsey? Kimber.
These
Is Kimber Moss the right name?
get up so
Yes.
family.
That's all start.
Can we confirm that, please? NIPSEY, is Kimber Moss the driver?
California.
California.
Through this north.
Virginia.
Step.
On this
Kimber.
Grandma.
Grandma. After.
It was just where
did.
back to
Thank you, NIPSEY.
I just felt
Yep.
I would get
Is there anybody else that would like to speak?
Everything's
Everything's sad. Unexpected.
Mary Ellen again.
Mary Ellen.
what
the whole
Who is Mary Ellen?
gonna get
Or
Get a lot.
Letitia. I'm here.
grandma.
Granny?
our
My granny?
Grandma.
Grandma. Hi, Grandma. Hi. My grandma came through.
Senator.
There's
no
Mary Ellen.
What would you like to say, Grandma?
I'm
Be good. My mom.
You know,
Outlive.
image.
Good image. Grandma.
dog. That's something.
and then
Negative. What would you like to tell Ellen?
like
would be
feel aware.
we're what
Open.
you mean
remember
Alan, keep an eye on her.
Yes.
Yes,
with tip
Letitia.
Just
so we
well
Oh, thanks, Grandma. I love you.
that.
You're always with me.
Open.
like
good
Life's too short.
Scratch.
and that's just with our simple
They would look.
I think
She's having a difficult time, huh?
you
Medical.
children can
Around.
know and
Difficult.
Music.
from thing on
Thank you, Grandma, for coming through. I love you and miss you much.
you know moving it was like ways
Around.
things are so we just
Just see.
Who else would like to speak?
please had
Just say
Can I get a name?
image
around. Where?
and that like
No.
Who am I speaking with? Can I get a name? Malaya. Okay, Malaya. What would you like to talk about, honey?
and
Wow.
I have a question, MALEAH. I researched your case, and there was pictures taken of Darion. What happened to him?
Image.
Image.
So, reason. And well.
Chuck, Grandma, can you help MALEAH speak? That's what we're doing. Was it the bushes that hurt Darion and gave him all those scratches?
And
That's not a whole.
I went up.
Back to
oh,
What happened to his head, MALEAH? Who hit him? Brittany. Did they get into a big, huge fight, MALEAH, and they were beating each other up?
He lived.
Yeah, but he lived.
They were good.
Oh, honey.
Load again.
Family.
So please.
Mike,
You are here.
Both of them are unstable? Yeah.
You know,
No.
Street.
Something in the face. What happened to the face?
difficult.
Difficult. It hurts. Your face hurts?
No.
Yeah.
And that.
Other than that blow to your head, MALEAH, was anything else done?
With that charger.
Push against the wall.
Grandma.
Grandma.
Can only well. I don't remember the word.
Healing.
No.
Fire.
Alter.
Some tariff.
Hurry up.
Come down.
It was terrifying.
That
I'm so sorry, MALEAH, that you had to go through that.
Our door
built. Yeah. So
Your door was what?
you know, and well,
so
to do me
was oh
Did anybody hear your mom and your stepdad fighting that night or that morning?
this I
Did the neighbors hear them fighting, MALEAH?
so
What?
I thought I heard no.
Just weird. It was
and
Yeah, the whole community came together.
And that really just
our door was so
Adorable. Oh, in front of your door. You saw that?
I think the image.
oh
Yeah.
just fell those stairs.
You know,
just
history simply what
I'm listening.
at the No one.
They were
Appear.
sent but
So,
family been on there
Carry on.
was
And Brittany.
in California.
Colton. Yeah.
You know,
I came
Yeah.
got pieces
what's the and
and
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. I'll be back tomorrow to speak with you.
coming out in
play. Or
Can you say bye?
for California.
November. Moving. We moved.
Difficult things in
Difficult.
to me.
Not.
All right. I want to thank
Had some
Charles Limbrick for coming through. NIPSEY HUSSLE for coming through.
Moving. Oh.
My grandma, MARYLIN Laugh,
figure
for
will
coming through. And MALEAH Davis for coming through.
It's so. Well.
was kind of
And I'll be back tomorrow to speak with you guys, okay?
Candy.
my clothes
Before Sam.
was what
We'll take.
All right, guys. Have a good evening.
fine.
Okay. I heard bye right at the end. Sorry, the MALEAH Davis thing always gets me emotional, but who wouldn't be? You know, that was a baby. So let's go ahead and go over the reading for tonight. Let me blow my nose real quick. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so tonight Nipsey Hussle came through first. He said everything was recorded. And then he said, Sergeant, I asked him, is it going to be revealed at his trial? He said, no, they're helping them. I said, who's helping them? He said, cover up. And then he said, information on Cowboy. I said, information on Cowboy. And then I heard CIA, and then Tanisha, and then a dark vehicle. He said might get in. I don't know if this is the same day or a day after. Not sure. I asked him where he got shot. He said upper thigh, creeped up, a few at least, because I asked him how many shots were fired at him. He said a few shots, 2 rounds hit. He said car door. And that's when I talked to you when we were in that, when my phone was going off. He did state, oh wow, my notebook's falling apart. He did state last night the name Mike. Mike is, I guess, this gentleman by the name of Pops is his street name, Pops. Mike is Pops. And I confirmed that twice. He stated Mike is Pops. And then he said forearm. And I think that went back to the question of where he was shot. Thigh, forearm, not sure where else he was shot. Or if he was talking about Lauren, because he said Lauren, forearm, face, tattoo. And I kind of put that sentence together. Lauren got a tattoo of his face on her forearm, is what I got out of that. He said shot him was Mike Pops, or he was present when he was shot, handed the gun to Eric, which is Pops. They had a plan. They shot and responsible all. It was their mission, he said. Driver, because it was a plan, Kimber Moss. Kimber Moss. And he confirmed that twice. And then my lovely grandma came through. And she said, life is too short. Keep an eye on Ellen. Ellen. Which is crazy because Rosemary Ellen came coming through. So I was like, well, who's Rosemary Ellen? And then she said, Ellen. And I was like, Ellen. And then she said, MARYLIN, but her name's Maryland. So I combined the two, Maryland, into MARYLIN. It's crazy. She said Ellen's medical difficult, which it is. My mother's having a bunch of medical issues right now. I told her I loved you, and she said, love you. Ellen, difficult, which she's having a difficult time right now. Keep my eye on her, which I'll always do. That's my mother. I love her so much. So I'm shocked and surprised because I've asked her to come forward before and she really hasn't came through. She has said a couple of things to me in the past. Stay positive. Like, she's like very a positive person. So she always talks positive with positive affirmations. So that gave me kind of chills hearing from her tonight because I've been asking for her. I thought maybe she was too shy to come through. MALEAH Davis came through and she says image was her first word. Image. I asked her, were the scratches on Darion from the bushes? She says, yes, scratches from bushes. I said, what happened to Darion's head? She said, Brittany hit him in the head. Yeah. But he lived, which is also a confirmation that she had stated in a previous reading that I've had with MALEAH, that she was struck multiple times and she passed away from blunt force trauma to the head. So her comment tonight when she stated she hit him in the head but he lived made me think like Brittany also hit her in the head and she didn't live. So that confirmed what she had stated last night, or not last night. Was it last night or the night before? Not quite sure, but it's there. It's recorded. So she confirmed that Brittany is the one that hit her and she passed away from her injuries. She stated that they both got into a physical fight that morning and they're both unstable. She kept on saying face, something to her face, and she said face hurts. She also stated pushed against the wall, hurts, killing me, terrifying. She stated the whole community came to her door and she said thank you. So I'm thinking that she's referring to the stuff that was placed at her door and that she's noticed it and she just wanted to let the community know thank you. Now, I asked NIPSEY what he had on his shirt. He did say Slauson. I'm not sure if he has a Slauson shirt, but I know he has a Crenshaw shirt. So I put Slauson down on the beginning of the reading when I asked him what type of shirt he has. I put Slauson. I was hoping he would say Crenshaw because that would be confirmation that I was indeed talking to NIPSEY. So I'm going to look that up, the Slauson one. And then there was something else he had stated. Oh, the tattoo on Lauren's forearm. He said that she had his face tattooed on her forearm. So I'm going to look that up, the Slauson thing. And then the Kimber Moss. That's what I want to look up too. The Kimber Moss. If she had anything to do with see, I lost my concentration. Kimber Moss, if she was the actual driver. He stated something about the driver talked and was actually talking with the police, but now she's not talking to the police, she's working for the police. So I don't know if that's true either. I'm going to go over that too and see if that's true. So if you guys liked tonight's video, just like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends, whoever you think's going to like the Spirit Force sessions. I do private readings. I do private readings. So if you guys ever want a private reading for a loved one or someone you want to reach out to, just put in the comments that you want a private reading and I'll go ahead and do that. And so, yeah, like always, love, light, and faith, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend.